I'm currently waiting for the CMF Buds to get delivered, and I'm super excited to use something other than Beats or AirPods Pro. I've been using the AirPods Pro every generation since they came out, and they usually retail around $250. For $200, I can get 4 different models of the CMF Buds, and I might mess around and try them all. So I'm super excited to see if these can replace my AirPods Pro 2, and I can step out of that box that Apple got me in. All right, y'all, my CMF Buds have arrived. Now let's unbox them. These buds have a 12.4mm driver, and they are IP54 water resistant rating. This is a different presentation of the ear tips. Usually people put them in a package that you gotta fight with to rip open, but they just got them presented right there in the box. Easy for you to get to. Also kind of like how they staged the ear tips, because maybe I might not lose them. These don't feel that slippery. Maybe these might stay in my ear better. This mesh in these ear tips look like it's gonna let a lot of earwax through. Was there anything else in this box? Okay. For some $30 earbuds, I'm really curious to how these going to feel in hand. So I'm super excited to try these out. I'm always excited. I love tech, and I love sharing my experience with new tech. All right, you got the matte finish on the case. You got this little wheel right here. It has a spot for a lanyard. I will not be using that. Now let's open these bad boys up. Okay, they cute or whatever. I rock with them. Now these are extremely lightweight, which adds to the hope of these not falling out my ear even more. The overall build right now feels pretty decent. They're about what you would expect. They're plastic, so they're only going to be but so good in hand. But for $30, this is definitely a W so far. As far as the battery life on these, you're getting 35 hours on the case and 5.5 hours per earbud. And you are also getting quick charging. 5 minutes of charging will get you 2 hours of battery life. Pairing these bad boys up with my iPhone was really quick. I just had to open the case up and tap the phone, and I was in there. Now I expected that same effortless pairing with my MacBook, but I had to actually hold the button for a little bit to pair it up. But once I did that, it was pretty quick. It took me a while to realize I had to do that. These budget earbuds also have touch controls, so once you pair them up, you'll be met with this menu to do a quick setup to tell you how to use the tap gestures. You will also be met with an update, which is always welcome in my book. And this particular update is basically just to optimize the acoustic experience. Now when you hop into the Nothing X app, these bad boys are feature loaded, which is really impressive. Even if these were some high end, you got all these settings. You got your noise cancellation, your transparency mode, you can turn it off. You got your ultra bass, which is already on level 3 by default. You can turn it up to level 5. I don't know who would need that much bass. You got your equalizer. You have a bunch of presets here. I like this one here the best. And you can even customize them if you want. You do tend to lose a tiny bit of volume when you start messing with this, but it's not that bad. You also can customize your controls if you want to, which I don't really mess with. You got a low lag mode for gaming. You also have the dual connection settings right here. You got a lot, man. You got your device options, and you have access to Find My on here where you can make the earbuds make noise, which I think is great. As far as the sound, I'm just going to talk about the sound straight out of the box. I really like the sound. They're very punchy. It has like a rumbling bass. The overall volume is more than loud enough. Highs are not amazing. They're not crystal clear, but they're good. They're present enough to give you a good listening experience. There's only so much that I can say about how they sound because you can literally change how they sound. Something I definitely want to mention with the volume. When you're turning the volume up and down, there's a delay. Sometimes it'll delay in the left earbud and then the right. Sometimes they'll both delay at the same time, but there's some inconsistencies with adjusting the volume. Let's talk about the active noise cancellation. It's really not that good with the music off. You have to have the music on to block out the outside world. What really saved these is the passive noise cancellation, because the stem goes deep in your ear, sort of like the AirPods Pro 3 does. So the active noise cancellation can do the bare minimum and kind of get by. In my most honest opinion, as far as the transparency mode, it's unusable. It sounds like they're reaching. It's like it's fishing for sound. And in doing so, it's trying very hard and it throws you a white noise. So it's actually creating sound. The fitment of these in my ear is pretty typical. You're gonna have to push them in every now and then. If you're chewing or you're moving around a lot, you're gonna have to push them in. All right, we have switched to the MacBook, to the QuickTime player to make sure we are using a microphone from the CMF Buds 2A. The little one has the TV on in the other room. It's kind of loud, so we get to see if it has any type of voice isolation. I'm hoping the mic is decent, as I'm going to be using these for a few days instead of using my AirPods Pro 2, just to see if this pair in particular can replace my AirPods Pro 2. As I was getting some B-roll shots, I noticed nothing really pays attention to detail. On the right earbud, you got a solid black circle, and on the left earbud, you got an outline circle. Another thing I really like about these earbuds is the magnet strip. They're easy to put in a case, and once you get them in there, they're in there. I tried very hard to get these to come out the case, and they did not move. One thing I do want to warn you about is putting these ear tips back in. I've never had earbuds where I had this hard of a time putting the ear tips in. I was literally struggling, and I was like, you know what? I might as well record this so I can show people. This is a real struggle. I was struggling before I started recording this segment. As far as using these in place of my AirPods Pro 2 for a couple of days, I'm gonna have to pass on that. There's too many issues on the first day. For example, I was editing this particular video and I noticed that it was a little bit of lag in my voice and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I realized it's these earbuds. Now you shouldn't really be editing videos in earbuds, and I don't always do that, but I do it sometimes in a pinch. And I shouldn't really be comparing these to AirPods Pro anyway. Who does that? Even though in the most important thing, which is the sound department, these are actually a more fun listening experience. Last but most certainly not least, I set a timer on the battery just to see how long the battery lasts. And at 2 hours and 45 minutes in, we are at 50% on both earbuds. So the battery life is about what they claim. This gonna sound crazy for some earbuds this cheap, but I do not recommend these. I had this video done, but I've legit had to keep on adding issues to it. This video is way longer than I wanted it to be, but it's just so many things wrong with these. Spend a couple extra dollars and get you something good, man. Do not buy these, y'all. That's all I got. Stay blessed, not stressed. Pray more, not less. I'm out.